All right, so we are going to take some notes really quickly on volume and area of a triangle. So, Monday we took notes for area and perimeter, okay? And so now we're going to take notes on volume. Okay? So volume, this shows, so guys, make sure you're writing this down. Shows how much something can hold. Okay. Example would be like pool water, fish tank, bathtub, a bucket. Okay. Keywords are, let's see, fill with or inside. Now, there are two different ways that you're going to find volume. One is with the formula length times width times height, and another one that I'll show you another day is with like blocks. Let me just show you look here. All right, where's 140? Yeah, so you'll have volume like this where you won't have the measurements, and you could just actually count 1, 2, 3, 4. You could count up the blocks to find the volume. So there are different ways that you'll have it asked for you. Okay, so let's just do it the typical way with the cubes, with the great 3D cubes that Miss Connor can draw. Which I don't know. I used to be pretty good at this. All right. So we've got 3 inches, 1 inch, and 2 inch. So like if you have an aquarium and it is 3 inches long, 1 inch wide, and 2 inches tall. So the formula, like how we figure it out, is just length times width times height. So you're only multiplying those 3 numbers together. Okay? 3 times 1 times 2. So your volume would be 6 inches. And we're going to put a 3 there for cubed because it's a 3D shape, right? Or sometimes you can just remember that you're multiplying 3 numbers together and just remember that you put the 3 there. Another way that answer could be written is inches cubed. Okay. But the 3 stands for cubed. All right. Let's do another one. All right. So let's say that this is 6 inches, 2 inches, and 6 inches. So we're going to figure that out with volume, with length times width times height. And then just fill in your measurements. 6 times 2 times 6. And then volume equals. So then you just multiply them. You could say 6 times 2, which is 12. And then 12 times 6, you could do it that way. Or you could do 6 times 6, which is 36. And do times 2. 6 times 2 is 12. So that would be 72 inches cubed. All right. Let's see, you can do one more. So basically, guys, with volume, you are just multiplying. You are just multiplying the width times height, okay? So 10, let's say 10 feet by 2 feet by 3 feet. So you're just going to fill in 10 times 2 times 3, and then just multiply them. 10 times 2, which is 20, and then 20 times 3 would be 60, and then feet cubed. Okay, so volume is just multiplying all three. Okay, so then we get to area of a triangle. And guys, I'm not going to lie, this one is probably the one that confuses my students the most. But if you just remember your formula, you will be fine. Okay? So area of a triangle. The formula is base times height. Half base times height. So that just means that you're looking at half of the base times the height. Because essentially, so if you think of a triangle, right, it is half of a square or half of a rectangle for the most part. The right triangles are. And if you have this right here and you half it, you have two triangles. So basically, when you're finding out the area of a triangle, you're finding the area of the whole rectangle or the whole square. And so then you just have to half it to get just that one triangle area, if that makes sense. So you have, let's say this is 5 inches and this is 2 inches. Okay. And if you're figuring out the area of a triangle, you would, or I guess if you're figuring out the area of a rectangle here, okay, let's just do that. You would put in there 5 times 2, which is 10 inches squared. So the entire rectangle has the area of 10 inches squared. But that means that this triangle right here, it is only 5 inches cubed, and this one is 5 inches cubed of the area. Okay, so you have to figure out if the triangle was a whole rectangle or the whole square, and then half it. Okay, so the key thing to remember is just to multiply the numbers. Then divide by 2. Okay, so that is the key thing to remember with area of a triangle. All right, so let's say that we have this triangle. And it is 4 centimeters by 3 centimeters. Area equals half, base times height. Area equals, okay, we're still going to put the half, the 1/2. So guys, when you have a fraction and it's 1/2, that just means that you're taking half of something, right? You're taking 50% of it. So that's why you put a half there. So I'm still saying that I'm going to take half of 4 times 3, right? Now on this row, I'm going to say half is of 12 because 4 times 3 is 12. So half of 12 would be 6. So 6 centimeters squared. So this triangle right here is 6 centimeters. That is what the area is. And if I would happen to draw another triangle there, that would be 6 centimeters squared. And together, it is 12 centimeters squared. That would be the area of this entire square. But since I only need it for this one right here, it is going to be 6 centimeters squared. Okay, let's move on and do another one. I hope this is making sense because I know this one's just a little bit harder. Okay, so we've got 6 centimeters by 3 centimeters. So area equals half base times height. Area equals half, and I'm going to fill in my measurements. Base is 3, the height is 6. And then now I just have to multiply 3 and 6, which is 18, and then half of that. And what is half of 18? And that is 9 centimeters squared. Okay. All right. One more. 10 feet by 5 feet. Area equals half base times height. Area equals half 10 times 5. And then area equals half of 50. And then area would be, what's half of 50? And that's 25 feet squared. All right. So you have a Google slide to work on area of a triangle. And that will just, it's just a slide just to walk through it. And then you will need to complete 3 problems. And use your notes if you have to, okay? But when you're finding area of a triangle, you just have to get half. You just have to do half it. So it's just like finding area of a rectangle or a square, but then you're halving it, okay? Because a triangle is half of a rectangle or a square. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Bye.